This is the Rangers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Texas Rangers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, on Prince Night in Minneapolis, the Rangers went crazy. They even went a little nuts with a season high 16 runs on 17 hits. Every starter got a hit as the Rangers get a sweet 16 over the Twins, their third win in a row. And here we go. Welcome into the Rangers Postcast, your team every day, and in our case, your team every single game. My name is Jeff Biggs, longtime host and reporter. Thank you for watching Locked On Sports Rangers, your destination after every single game. You can also find us on the Locked On Rangers podcast. That is where you will find the outstanding work of Bryce Paterick. We had a great weekend recap show episode today. Be sure, if you haven't done so yet, to check that out, and be sure and subscribe and be a regular part of this show. The comments are coming in fast and furious via the comment crew. We're going to hear from you coming up, and also we've got some good info, and even on Prince Night, right? Got to have a Prince story, right? So we'll do that for you coming up as well. But let's get things started.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All right. Well, it's all about the offense tonight. You know, we have spent so many games so far this season talking about the offense, not getting the job done, not getting hits, not scoring runs. Well, you know, on a night like tonight, when they score a season high 16 runs, you got to tip your cap and give credit where credit was due. I don't care, you know, what injuries the Twins are dealing with. The Rangers have had their share, just like everybody else has. But the Rangers, like I said, off day yesterday after back-to-back wins in Washington, and they really went nuts with the twin big innings. Well, actually, they had more than two. But I'm not going to go over every run and every score, but needless to say, nice to see everybody get a hit. And, you know, I just want to keep it going. I think we all agree, we've all been in agreement that this team, this offense was better than what they've shown. Maybe not 16 runs every night, but certainly better than what we have seen so far this season. And good to see them, you know, starting with Marcus, finally kind of coming out of it a little bit and hopefully getting on a run here with their third win in a row. But it all started tonight in the top of the fourth inning. Jake Burger getting it going with that really hard hit to center field that Byron Buxton dropped. Evan Carter then walked. How about Adolis Garcia? Heard an interview with Chris Young, and Chris was pretty guarded. I mean, he gave Adolis credit, praised him for the turnaround, but he was very clear in what he said and by his tone that, basically paraphrasing, Adolis is not out of the woods or out of the doghouse yet, but tell you what, he looked a lot more out of it tonight than he did for sure with a couple of doubles. He looked really, really good. Knocked in the first run to make it 1-0, did Adolis. And then Kyle Higashioka, who has really struggled mightily, like a lot of Rangers, for the last month and a half or so. Good to see, and it was pointed out on the television broadcast, good to see the bottom of the order coming through the way that they did tonight. Again, everybody came through, everybody contributed, but with that said, good to see guys like Higgy come through and do what they did. So that made it 3-0 Rangers, And then they had the big 5-run 5th inning, and truly a high five, because all of the damage done in that inning was with 2 outs. But props to Corey Seager, who got the whole inning started with a leadoff walk. So good for Corey. Josh Young, who had a bad strikeout in that 4th inning, made up for it with a really nice 2-run single to left. That made it 5-2. Adolis, another double, back-to-back doubles for him. Higashioka, a 2-run double. And then Josh Smith, an RBI single. That made it 8-2. The Rangers got 2 more in the 6th on the Evan Carter home run. Absolute bomb to right field for Evan. That made it 10-3. Carter also had a couple of really nice catches in the outfield earlier in the game. Wyatt Langord with the leadoff home run in the 8th, as the Rangers really broke it open with that 6-run 8th inning, and they go on to win it by the final of 16-4. Tyler Mahle, he was solid to me. I thought he kind of let up a little bit. I thought he was pitching, but not as intently as we've been accustomed. I thought they made a great point. In his last 2 starts before tonight, the Rangers did not score a run, 0 for Mahle. So they made up for it with the support tonight. But I thought he let up a little bit. But to his credit, I thought he made some really, really nice pitches as well. I thought Sean Armstrong, I like his arm. I really do. I like his stuff. I just think mentally he has to get just a little bit more confidence before maybe you can. But I mean, he's almost there. I just feel like you can tell he cares a lot. He's sensitive, and you want to give him the opportunity to keep growing a little bit. But great arm, great stuff, and hopefully that will continue for him. But all the way around, huge win, 16-4, 3rd in a row. Hopefully they'll keep it going. Jack Leiter on the mound tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. And again, a little programming note: we're going to have Bob Nightingale on the show, the post-game show tomorrow night for you as well. All right, when we come back, we're going to hear from you via the comment crew. Lots of people are sounding off tonight. Glad you are with us on this Rangers postcast. The Rangers win big tonight in the opener in Minneapolis, 16-4. This is the Rangers postcast. All right, well, I was going to tell you about Supply House and what they're doing right now, because you can get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades. Supply House, whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Now, their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 plus top brands, you will find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. And if you need help with an order, Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you will always talk to a real person. So join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, you can use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. And if you ever check your bank account and you wonder where did all the money go between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's very easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Now, Monarch Money, again, not just a budgeting app, it is a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, your investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and you start building wealth. And if you're managing money with your partner, it's smoother than ever. You can track shared and personal accounts, set goals, and stay on the same page without the stress. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year. All right, we are back. Welcome back to the Rangers POSTCAST. The Rangers win their third in a row. They dominate the Twins 16-4. Let's get right to your comments via the comment crew. I'll have a little Prince story for you coming up in a minute. Jason getting us going tonight. 3-game winning streak. Every Ranger had a hit. No one can tell me we are not the best team in baseball if we could just hit like that consistently. Brett Boone will be sleeping like a baby tonight. I think you're right, Jason, for sure. And keep saying it. I mean, there is no way that Chris Young, Bruce, they're not going to let this pitching go to waste. I mean, they're gonna get this going, and they're gonna do what they have to do to score runs. Ragamuffinable says, very good win, Bats. However, I mentioned Skip Schumacher some time ago. He was hired for a reason, so your friend Nightingale isn't telling Ranger fans something new. Well, full disclosure and props to you, Ragamuffinable. I did mention, if you go back and watch, I did mention that somebody mentioned his name. I didn't remember that it was you. My apologies on that. But I did make note that, somebody said it recently. So, yeah, you're right on. And I don't see why that would change at all. But thank you. Battlefield A says, I've been saying for weeks now, this offense has it in them. They just needed some confidence. James Eustace says, that's the Rangers. Yep, no doubt for sure. Mike says, that'll do. Glenn Vastine says, the bottom four in the lineup have gone 9 for 19 with 14 RBIs. That will never happen again in Rangers history. Alf, what's up, my man? This is how we supposed to be. I think I speak for all here. We greatly appreciate. Oh, thank you, Alf. I appreciate you guys as well. If you guys did not comment and be a part of the show, I would just be talking to myself, which I did a lot during some Mavs game, and that's so that's because we were on a different channel, and that really nobody knew about us, and so it was different. But we're all connected here, and love it. I love how you guys are a part of this show, and you support Bryce during the week. And again, Bryce is the man, and just I love that we're able to do this. You guys, Ranger fans, deserve the best coverage, and we're blessed to be able to do it for sure. Any stories on Kentucky Hill, Raffy, or Kevin Kennedy? Kevin Kennedy, Alf, is. I'm not saying this to brag or be a name dropper. Kevin Kennedy is a good friend, and I'm going to try to get him to join the show at some point this season. Okay, I give you my word on that. Isaac says, now that's some arsonage, or I think that's the word there. Jason Arias, Siggy was a nice surprise today. Yeah, no doubt. That's some Rangers baseball right there. Okay, that's what we were saying, Isaac. Yeah, absolutely. Hope the Bats saved offense for the remainder of the series. Texas Hobby Bin. Alexa, play Texas by Big X. There you go. Nice. Turning point, it was kind of interesting game in the middle as the Twins also scored in 3 innings in a row, but the Rangers outscored them in those innings and then had the explosion in the 8th. Wow. Yeah, no doubt. Jason says, agree with Alf. Thank you. Rangers absolutely obliterate the Twins while the Astros about to lose to the White Sox. I wish every night could feel like this. Well, the good news is, we're still in the middle of June, so we got some time and hopefully a lot more wins coming up here in the near future. Redhead says Astros losing at home. Guys look relaxed tonight. Any word on Eovaldi? Doesn't sound like he's going to be ready to go right away this weekend. That's kind of, I could be wrong, but I was kind of getting the sense from Bruce and then also Chris Young that he's close, but they're not in a hurry, especially with the days off. So we'll see. But I would expect him to be back within the next week or two. But it sounds like he's feeling better and everything is going well. Jason, anything you want to ask Nightingale? You guys are good. I think we're not going to have a ton of time, but we'll ask him about rumors and who might be available and what he's hearing and maybe what he's heard about the front office, what their mindset is. Lloyd says, I'm glad to see some bats waking up finally. Hopefully they'll stay this way for a while. Darth Coate. Darth hasn't been in for a while. Love that everyone in the starting lineup got a hit. Yeah, me too. Paul Wilson. What up, Paul? Playing poker and didn't get to watch. May not watch again while they're winning. I see what you're doing there. Texas Hobbyman says, happy for Adolis getting better. I know he has his things, but I do like him on the team. I do too. I would love to see him just get back and get that swagger back and just that confidence. I mean, you can tell this slump has been bothering him, but I'm with you. Rangers fan 101 says, wow, happy to see Adolis wake up. 2 doubles, pretty good progress, and same with Seager. Glad to get a glimpse of what he really is. Absolutely. Ricky Gonzalez. What's up, Ricky? Let's hope this is an all run scored for the rest of the week. Get that series win. Yeah, no doubt. Laura Berry says, missed the game. Was the hitting great or the Twins pitching lousy? Grateful either way. I think a little bit of both. But no, the Rangers, they hit clutch hits, 2-out hits, hard hits. So I'm gonna give the edge to the Rangers hitting there. And Keith is out fishing. Let's keep it going on. Did not know about the Mavs. See, thank you, Keith. You'll see the Rangers sign Kimbrel. Did they sign? I knew that he was let go. Did they sign? I'll have to look that up. If they did, Keith, I missed that, but worth a look. I know he's been coming back, and we'll see. And Katie says I was there and absolutely loved the runs. Awesome, Cade. Thank you. And Texas Hobbyman says yes to a minor league deal. Okay. I was getting everything ready for the show. Did not look. I always check the notes. I did not catch that. Okay. Well, hey, minor league deal, no risk. If he pitches well there, they'll call him up. And if not, so be it. I know he's had some shaky moments, but at this point in his career, he's just one of those guys that may May not be pretty, but he knows how to get guys out. So we'll see. Again, low risk, possible upside. And thank you for the info, Keith and Texas Hobby Bin. All right, really quickly before I go. So I don't want to date myself. I was very young. I was, how old was I? Was I 14, 14, I believe. 1981, the Rolling Stones were touring for the Tattoo You tour. That's the album with Start Me Up. And anyway, they played 2 dates at the LA Coliseum, a Friday and a Sunday. I went to the Sunday, and they had different acts opening up in different parts of the country. Now, when they were on the East Coast, the Stones, for that tour, Journey opened up for them in a bunch of cities, and that was for the Escape tour. Now, some of you, I might be too old and you may not even know what I'm talking about, but some of you might get this. But in 81, the Stones tour, 2 dates in LA at the Coliseum, all right? And for that show, they had, in addition to the Stones, they had the Jay Giles Band, George Thorogood and the Destroyers, and the very first act, the opening act in 1981 for the Stones Tattoo You tour, was some unknown artist that nobody had ever heard of named Prince. All right, now imagine this is kind of a rock and roll crowd, right, for the Stones. So here comes Prince and the Revolution and Hardly Any Clothes and the high heels and the whole thing. Both dates, Friday and Sunday, the crowd at the Coliseum threw so much stuff onto the stage that they had to cancel the shows, the Prince show, the Prince set, about 4 songs into it, if that. And there was a long time promoter, Bill, what was his name? Not Billy Graham, not the great Billy Graham. What was it? Bill Graham might have stolen his name. Anyway, he got up on the stage and said, "You guys should be ashamed of yourselves," and blah blah. Anyway, Prince was booed off the stage both days in LA for that tour. Long story short, 3.5 years later from getting booed off the stage at the Coliseum, 3.5 years later, Prince would come back, and he sold out 7 nights at what was then the Great Western Forum in LA. 7 nights. And I actually had a chance to go to one of them. And it was awesome. It was, I confess, Purple Rain. That was, I was a youngster in high school. That was a big thing. I had somebody else watch it, had it on, and it was really bad. But at the time in high school, it was a big deal. Prince was a big deal. So quite a turnaround. And of course, tonight, Prince night in Minneapolis, and the Rangers stole the show tonight with 16 runs on 17 hits, their biggest win of the season. All right, that's going to do it. I'm looking forward to joining you guys tomorrow night. We'll have Bob Nightingale on the post-game show. Hopefully, you'll be able to be a part of it and tune in. But thank you to everybody for all of your comments, all of your input, all of your support. Love being with you guys, and it's even a little sweeter when the Rangers get a big win. We'll do it again tomorrow night. Final score tonight: the Rangers rout the Twins 16-4. This has been the Rangers Postcast.